All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jake Ellenbogen, and today we are going to be talking about the new Rams hires on the offensive side of the ball. Before we get into that, be sure to like, subscribe, comment. You can follow me at JK Bogan. You can check out my podcast. The link is in the description. Let's get into it. So the Rams are hiring 4 offensive coaches. Dave Ragone, who's going to be the quarterback's coach, taking over for Zach Robinson. Nathan Scheelhaase from Iowa State, who's going to be taking over as the pass game specialist from Jake Peetz. Rob Calabrese, this is a report from me. I've heard from 2 sources that Rob Calabrese, who's currently the Jets quarterback coach, he is going to hop on over to the Rams in an unknown offensive assistant role. And last but not least, John Streicher, coordinator of football strategy, will replace Tim Burbenich, who was with the Rams. He moved over to the Falcons doing the same role, and also he's going to be, I believe, the passing game coordinator over in Atlanta. So what does that mean? Do you know any of them? I mean, you should. You should know at least one of them. If you're an Iowa State football fan, you know Nathan Scheelhaase. If you're a Rams fan, I mean, this is kind of like a deep cut, that wasn't released essentially. So I don't want to hold that too much against you, but Dave Ragone was on the Rams. You might not remember him. He's 44 years old. He'll be replacing Zach Robinson. What does he bring to the table? Well, he's a former NFL quarterback. Not only that, was drafted in the 3rd round out of Louisville in 2003. And he was traded to the St. Louis Rams and was with them summer of 2006, played in some preseason games before being cut. He was also the NFL Europe Offensive MVP before his time with the Rams in 2005. Since he became a coach in 2010, we've seen Ragone go from the Hartford Colonials as the quarterback coach back to the NFL with the Titans as a wide receivers coach, then up the rungs with the Titans as a quarterbacks coach, then back down to offensive quality control coach with the Redskins. Back, of course, Sean McVay was there at the time in 2015. He's mentioned him before. They are clearly friends, so this is one of those moves. Chicago Bears from 2016 to 2019. He was the quarterbacks coach, became the passing game coordinator in 2020 for Chicago, and then joined the Atlanta Falcons as an offensive coordinator from 2021 to 2023 when Arthur Smith was let go, and now he is with the Rams in the quarterback coach role. This is not what Zach Robinson had. Zach Robinson had the quarterback coach role and passing game coordinator. We have not heard anything about Ragone being anything more than the quarterback coach. So because of that, the pass game coordinator is still available here. So we're going to have some more news down the pipeline. But that is Dave Ragone. I don't really have much to say about this move, except for the fact that I can tell you he's had NFL experience. He's a guy Sean McVay trusts, but I don't know him personally. It's not like I've heard good things or bad things. I don't really know him, but I'm just kind of giving you what I do know. And what I do know is that he was recently the offensive coordinator for the Falcons. So I think that's pretty good. Anytime you could take a former offensive coordinator and make him your quarterback coach, guy who's worked with the quarterbacks, that's a good thing. We move on to Nathan Scheelhaase, who might be the biggest name of the 4 that I mentioned in a sense, because he is a young rising coach at the college ranks that's coming over to the NFL. Scheelhaase, pass game specialist, like I mentioned, not pass game coordinator like some people are saying on Twitter, pass game specialist. Now, do I know the difference between the two? Not at all. I'm not in the building, but I can tell you they're different positions, and I can tell you that the pass game coordinator was held by Zach Robinson as well as the quarterback coach, and the pass game specialist was held by Jake Peetz. Peetz went over to Seattle, so he's being replaced in this sense. 33 years old, Nathan Scheelhaase played his quarterback at Illinois, former 4-star quarterback recruit. He's part of Matt Campbell's staff. He's had a lot of interest around the NFL for a little bit, and he's going to leave college now for the NFL. And this is a pretty big get, I would say. I think this is somebody who's coming in. He's going to be a pass game specialist, but he's not taking this job if he doesn't think that he can move up, and I definitely think he can do so. When you look at his resume, he started with Illinois, which is his alma mater, played, football operations there in 2015, running back coach, offensive assistant from 2016 to 2017. And then you had, when he moved to Iowa State, he was a running back coach in 2018 with the wide receivers 2019 to 2020. And then 2021, he had his first really big promotion, was the running backs, wide receivers, and run game coordinator. 2023 to 2024, which of course, 2024, he's not going to coach in for the Iowa State team there, but offensive coordinator and quarterback coach. So Rams getting Iowa State's offensive coordinator. It's pretty big. 33 years old. Again, up and coming guy. Now we move on to Rob Calabrese. Okay. Unknown offensive assistant role. I've been told that he is going to be with the Rams. He's also 33 years old, young offensive mind. Very interesting coaching career. 2013, Oviedo High School. He was the quarterback's coach there. UCF graduate assistant from 2014 to 2015, was the Wagner running backs coach in 2016, Wagner offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach from 2017 to 2018. And then you might know him as the Denver Broncos offensive quality control coach. The reason I say that is because he was the quarterback back when they had all sorts of COVID issues and they couldn't even field a roster with quarterbacks, and they had to start Kendall Hinton, the former quarterback who was a wide receiver on the team. Before that happened, they were trying to roll with Rob Calabrese, and NFL was not going to allow it because essentially the stipulation, setting the precedent, player coaches, it would just open up a whole can of worms. So they decided not to, but I always thought that was fascinating. Then he became the Jets quarterback coach in 2021 and, worked with current offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur, as well as maybe a potential trade target in Zach Wilson. But that is all I know. Unknown offensive assistant role. And with that being said, I just want to let you guys know that this video is brought to you by Mantis Sleep. And Mantis Sleep, this is the sound mask. I am loving it. I use it every night. Sound mask, 20 plus hours of battery life. This is wireless, obviously. You don't want wires going around your head and so forth. But you get 20 plus hours of battery life, full 100% blackout. These eye cups are great. They're C-shaped. The reason being they're engineered for side sleeping. So if you do that, or you're kind of like me that kind of goes all over the place, then that is good for you. So you can definitely do yourself a favor, grab a Mantis Sleep mask today. It doesn't have to be this one. It could be any of the other ones. They have plenty on their website. Link is in the description. Use promo code JKBogan and get your 10% off. Now back to the video. So our last but not least is John Streicher, the coordinator of football strategy. Okay, he is going to replace Tim Burbenich, who joined the Falcons with Raheem Morris, who's going to be the pass game specialist, and he's going to basically manage the game stuff. Here's some interesting stuff, according to Peter King of NBC Sports. I thought this was really fascinating, what he had to say about Mike Vrabel. Basically, this guy was Mike Vrabel's right-hand man. And there was a preseason game Vrabel wasn't able to attend, and he was in control of all the game management, clock management, all of that. So a lot of respect, coming from Mike Vrabel. And he was basically in charge of giving him advisement on fourth down decision, replays, timeouts, clock management. Now, the hope with this hire is going to be that Sean McVay is advised the same way and can improve his fourth down and red zone decision making, as well as clock management and late game management. Now, you don't want to pin too much on Sean McVay, but the Lions game, you look at that last game, and we could get into all the, nooks and crannies of that one. And we could get into the officiating. We could do all that. But let's just take it from just a football perspective. Could Sean McVay done a better job holding on to timeouts? Could Sean McVay have done a better job in the red zone? And that's the hope that having a guy like John Streicher is going to provide. They call him Stretch. He's very well liked, and Mike Vrabel trusts him. Mike Vrabel This is somebody that's kind of similar to Sean McVay in the way he calls, fourth down, makes these fourth down decisions and what have you. So I think it'll be a good addition. I think when you go back to Rob Calabrese, I think, the hire is really going back to Sean McVay's roots. This is someone kind of like a Shane Waldron, a Zach Taylor, a Zach Robinson, who, you can build up from age 33, and who knows? I mean, there are a lot of Jets fans that don't want him back because of the things that happened with Zach Wilson, but no one knows for sure. He gets blamed a lot, but it's hard to really evaluate how good a quarterback coach is. And so, really, if the quarterback isn't great, your quarterback coach is going to get a lot of hate for that. But it could have been other instances, and I'm sure it was. As far as Scheelhaase, going back to him, I love that move. Maybe my favorite of all of them, because I think this is one of those, up-and-coming Thomas Brown types that Sean McVay hasn't been afraid to just pluck away from the college ranks. And I think that's a big deal. And then last but not least, Dave Ragone, who was just an offensive coordinator in the NFL. He didn't call plays because Arthur Smith was there, but he was the offensive coordinator. So that matters to me. So I think at the end of the day, did the Rams get better? I could argue they did, but I'm going to stick by the idea that they got just as good, most likely. I think that they filled the needs that they had on the coaching staff. Everyone was freaking out about them losing so-and-so. Well, they went out and they replaced a lot of those guys. So we'll see what ends up happening. Looking forward to seeing how the rest of this coaching staff gets filled out, because this is just offensive coaches. There's going to be other guys as well. But let me know, what do you guys think in the comment section below? Because do you guys like these hires? Do you know any of them? Do you have any background info? Do you know more about them than I do? Always love reading the comments, because you never know. One of you could be the next door neighbor of Nathan Scheelhaase and can give us an idea of his character and stuff like that. You don't know. So feel free, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. As always, keep it here for more Rams information, news, content, analysis, draft stuff. We're not done with that. Got plenty of stuff on board there. But don't forget, subscribe, hit the bell icon. You'll never miss another video. And I'll see you guys soon. Later, folks. Do you love talking about the Rams, the NFL, or just want to be a part of a community? Join my free Discord server today. We're over 800 members. We got 24/7 live chat, a level 3 boosted server, the ability to call into JE Live, playing online games with us on Kick streams, toggleable alerts for when I go live on YouTube or Kick so you don't miss a live stream, and exclusive giveaways. Click the link in the description, the comments section, or the link that comes up in the video to learn more and join today.